share your.
You're a co-host already.
Oh, am I? Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so when you're going to record, I'm going to record because we're not amateurs. But Greg, I think I figured out what happened. So somewhere along the way, I'm not sure if it was you. I'm not sure if it was me. But maybe it was like a redirected. Like I think that Eric and Randy have an amulet that blocks it. And that's how we ended up with this problem.
And what problem is that?
You are cursed.
You think we're cursed?
Did you watch SmackDown tonight?
I did.
You answer that question to me.
All right.
Do you think we're cursed?
There were parts of the show I actually enjoyed.
Well, yeah, except the problem is there were a couple of times when I was like, nope, I'm glad this is where the show ends, or this is where I turned off the show before I went to bed.
Yeah, I didn't even bother starting it last night because I did not want to have to handle that.
Well, my wife and I are watching Cross on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So it's a detective procedural show with a serial killer and all kinds of cool stuff. It's a very good show.
Is it based on James Patterson Alex Cross series?
Yes.
Gotcha. I used to read all those.
Yeah, and is there a movie as well?
There is, yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
2 of them, actually.
Well, it looks like it picks up. I don't even know if it's the same actor. I just started watching the TV series because it was advertised for season 2, and I was like, oh man. And then of course my wife got tired, and we left on a major cliffhanger last night in season 1. So people, I'm sure, who have seen the show know exactly where I'm at, but I won't spoil it for anybody.
Fair.
And there was another episode, but my wife was tired. So I was like, fine, I'll watch SmackDown.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I guess is the right answer to that question, Greg. Yeah. We're like, damn it.
Yeah. So, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks now.
Well, I took a bullet for you last week. I watched the show, and
you did.
Randy was like, "Why didn't you bug me to join me?" I was like, "Cause it was a speed run kind of show. Cause we had the PLE next week." Speaking of which, did you actually get to watch the PLE? Because I know you were on assignment.
I was on special assignment. I have watched most of the PLE. I did not see the end of the men's match. So
you saw it tonight.
I saw it tonight. I just did not get a chance to finish the men's match.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, I think the women's match was pretty good. I think it got done when it needed to get done. CM Punk and Balor had a good match.
They did, yeah.
And AJ Lee's now a champion.
Yeah. AJ Lee is now a champion.
Here's the problem. If you compare it to last year's show, it was a very bad show. But if you just take it for the WWE PLE, it was okay. The problem is that these are 3-hour shows with 4 matches. Like, we need a little bit more action.
Listen, the only way that's fit to watch is to watch it after the fact, when the 4-hour show really doesn't become a 4-hour show.
I'm trying to think if it was. Well, I don't think it even was 4. It was Greg. It was allegedly only 3. It was 8 to 11. Oh no, wait, no, yeah, it's 3. 8 to 11. It was 3. Greg's like, that's how long the show was.
I don't know. This show felt every bit of it tonight, though.
Yeah, and the Netflix commercials are driving me nuts, Greg.
Do you know what? I got none of them because I didn't watch it till this morning.
Right. But like if I'm watched, that was pretty much when I turned off last night, was when the commercials came up. I turned off.
Right.
So I just am done. The whole thing just made me shake my head. And I'll tell you exactly where I turned off. Actually, I will tell you before we get started with the theme song. I turned off after the tag match.
Okay.
There will be a rant incoming when we get to the tag match.
After the tag match?
After the multiple tag match scenario, not the women's tag match, the men's tag match.
The gauntlet match that we didn't like to call Gauntlet.
Oh, that gauntlet tag match just made me go, really? Ugh.
Dude, I gotta tell you. I'll wait. I'll save that.
Okay, so why don't we've talked about Elimination Chamber. What about you? What did you, other than traveling, how's your week going, Greg?
Good. Let's see. My 16-year-old got his learner's permit this week. So that's interesting.
You are a few months, by this time next year, you will be able to say, here's the keys, go to your hockey practice.
No, that's the nice thing, but it's also a bit scary all at the same time.
You get over that in a big fat hurry once your kid starts actually driving. Unless they smash up your car, in which case, that's why you let them drive the crappiest one you own.
Yep.
And if they smash that one, you know what you do? You find a car on Craigslist, it's about $500. And then you find somebody that will switch out at least 3 of the doors for different colors of the same car so that it looks like a complete piece of crap. And it's like, this is what you're driving from now on, you ding dong.
That's fair. It's also my mom's birthday today.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Mother Feltham.
Yes. As she gets ready to go on her cruise, which is nice. She's leaving next week, so that will be lovely. But yeah, no, everything is good. We've been busy. Hockey playoffs still ongoing. We pulled out a win unexpectedly Thursday night, so we continue with that. And lacrosse season is just around the corner, but yeah, the next couple of weeks, well, I'll talk to you off air, but the next couple of Saturdays, we're going to be doing speed runs, buddy.
Speed runs are fine with me. At the rate this SmackDown, the build the WrestleMania is going, I'm not sure we need anything but speed runs.
Well, all right, listen, let's play the music. Let's start this.
Podcast and sports entertainment is Brad, the dad and father Greg, the SmackDaddies.
Hello, friends, and welcome to your SmackDown review for the Hub. I am Brad the Dad, and riding shotgun with me is my tag team partner, Greg, Father Feltham.
Bless you, my son.
And I've welcomed you back already. Greg, so I told you when I shut down SmackDown, you didn't start till this morning. Did you watch any of this show on anything but 1.5?
We don't get the option anymore on Netflix on the app. So no, I had to watch this at regular speed. And I'll tell you, I think I'm going to have to start petitioning WWE to put a disclaimer out. Okay? And what the disclaimer really should say is that watching SmackDown may cause drowsiness, and you should not operate heavy machinery while listening or watching SmackDown. Because I turned it on driving to the rink this morning at just before 6 a.m. And that opening segment was Randy Orton. I almost fell asleep in the car.
While operating a moving vehicle?
Uh-huh.
With your kid in the car?
Just listening to Randy Orton almost put me to sleep.
It's so, like, I can't believe what we're getting for the main events of WrestleMania, at least on the men's side. On the women's side, I'm actually looking forward to the women's matches. The men's matches are like, this is it? This is what we got?
This is what this is what we've got, Brad.
Okay. Well, Greg, you know how this show started.
Is this before or after the almost car crash?
This was before the car crash. You fast forwarded through all this. And then Randy Orton starts talking, and he's like, there's no guarantees in wrestling. You have to earn your opportunities. And I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm not leaving without a title.
Anyone else find it absolutely hysterical that Randy Orton is talking about earning opportunities?
Yeah, because Randy Orton is definitely the underdog.
Randy Orton has earned every single opportunity he's had in wrestling.
He didn't
Nothing
get
handed to him on a silver platter ever.
No wellness violations that were ignored.
Uh-huh.
No fake wives that we didn't see the real one on TV. No pooping in people's bags.
None of that. That didn't happen.
Greg, you have to see our short this week where I captured last night Randy Orton putting on Chelsea Green's hat and taking it from one of the fans. I cannot believe this is the same human being.
Dude, I don't know. Is it just me, or does this not feel... there are so many missed opportunities in this SmackDown and this WrestleMania season, but the first one is having Randy Orton to be in the main event at WrestleMania.
I wouldn't mind this if this was a 4-way and Randy was one of the 4 or 5 wrestlers in this main event. I said that in our short last night. I don't think it's going to be, dude. I think we're getting Randy and Cody straight up.
It might be that too.
I think they're spinning Drew out of the main event. And we'll talk about that when we get there. We can talk about all those things. Speaking of people that should be in the main event, Trick Williams comes out and says he should be the one in the main event. He got screwed at the Chamber. Greg, any lies told yet?
Nope.
Have you changed your mind on Trick Williams? Do you like the platform, first of all?
I don't know. Have I changed my mind on Trick Williams? I can't say that I have. But he is growing on me.
And then he walks out, talks about his lemon pepper steppers, and before he can finish his promo, he gets RKO'd in the ring because he did it. My favorite part about this was he was talking about they were going back and forth about height and how Randy stood on his tippy toes to make Trick look shorter. And then Randy looks at his lemon pepper steppers, RKO's him, and then shines his shoes a little bit. It's like, Randy, right. I'm down with this Randy Orton. I'm kind of not. I'm okay with him being in the main event. I'm just not okay with his dance partner by the end of the show.
Yeah.
Because his dance partner, I think we should rename him. And we should start calling him Hogan.
Well, we'll talk. We'll talk about that.
We'll give him a mullet. We'll cut a bald spot on top of his head. We'll just go with it.
I literally have got a picture sent to me this week. I don't remember if it was you. It was in our group chat or another group chat I'm in with Cody Rhodes dressed.
It's Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it was our group chat.
It was our group chat. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Eric trolling us. By the way, if you want to hear more about Eric trolling, you can listen to The Draw on TSN Radio and here on the Hub Sports Entertainment Network, where Randy and Eric, well, mostly Eric and a little bit of Randy. At least that's what they say on the other show.
I mean, fair enough.
So, Greg, we get a clip backstage to introduce a clip in the ring. Yeah. For the U.S. title. So apparently there's an interesting challenger, and in the Dum Baby face of the night, what happens, Greg? I don't want to know who my challenger is. That's what Mello says. I don't want to know Nick Aldis. I'll just go to the ring.
I'll just go out.
Did you have any idea who the hell this was when he came out?
I know the name, but then I kind of start chuckling to myself because they're like, it's the third generation of Dr. Wagner Jr. And I'm like, well, then wouldn't that mean he's Dr. Wagner Jr.?
Yeah, he should be double JR. Right?
It's like not the child of it. Which is what the translation is from Spanish, the first part of his name, child of Dr. Wagner Jr. And I'm like, just call yourself Dr. Wagner Jr. Like,
is that why so the first one was Wagner, the first one was Dr. Wagner, and then the second one was Dr. Wagner Jr. And so now he's Jr.
Well, now it's I'll butcher it, Hierro del Dr. Wagner Jr., which translates to the child of Dr. Wagner Jr.
Great. Well, the child of Dr. Wagner Jr. comes out. One of the biggest luchadors I've ever seen. Like, dude is thick.
THIC thick.
Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know who he was, we did a whole promo package, inset promo package on his way to the ring.
Do you know what? That's not a bad thing.
No, I think that was brilliant on their part. And the only problem with this is you could tell that we have two guys who wrestle two different styles. You had a Mexican style versus like there was a couple of times this match wasn't bad, but it was clunky. You know what I mean? There was a few times that they kind of missed spots and people were in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
But overall, we had just an amazing reverse DDT by Mello. And then I really enjoyed Dr. Wagner rolling through to the power bomb and just powering him up.
Yeah.
And then the first 48 off top rope, thought that was it. We get another couple sequences, a few more power bombs, and then we get the top rope leg drop. Greg, this is good, not great.
Yeah, I would agree. That's probably what we would call this good, not great.
This is, my wife would call this is like a 2.5 out of 4 on our 4-point grading scale.
All right.
Maybe even a 3. It's like a quality, it's a C.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to call this mid.
No, it wasn't mid. It just was, It was like, it was.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more like.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like nothing. I'm not mad. I'm just, for Wagner, I hope Wagner gets another shot on this show because I think we can use guys like this. And this is exactly what they should do with NXT and AAA with this US title open. We can get guys show up and leave. And then you don't have to have a giant roster here.
I'm not opposed to that.
Ilya Dragunov is here. And he didn't take the title match because he hasn't earned it. And then he tells us his story about his mom and what a warrior his mother was. And if he can't be a warrior like that, he doesn't want to do that. And Miz then interrupts him and makes fun of him for not taking the opportunities. And Kit Wilson says, "You're toxic because you're toxic for the way you fight and your obsession with violence." And he says, "Perfect." And he slaps them both in the back. And they both think the other one's getting a match.
Yeah.
And who was right, Greg?
Well, one of them was.
Wait, did this match actually happen on the show?
Yeah.
No, seriously, I didn't write any notes for it. Did this show?
No, like we didn't get that.
Yeah, I thought I had a senior moment. I was like,
no. I mean, we get the Miz later on. We didn't get Dragunov. We didn't get Kit Wilson anymore tonight. But it's like, I think we're going to set this up for next week as opposed to anything else.
Guess what you're getting for WrestleMania, Kit Wilson? Kit Wilson. He's a real man who's going to be on ESPN2 on the pre-show.
Do you think that we're going to get a pre-show?
I think that first hour is going to be full of who knows what.
Yeah.
You know that so in fairness.
I legit don't have any reason to watch WrestleMania this year.
Oh, I want to see Rhea Ripley and Jade.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you really want to see that?
I think Rhea's winning the title. I think Jade's getting crushed.
We'll get to that in a second because my 16-year-old has thoughts on that, and I will share that with you at the top of this.
And I think the crowning of Liv Morgan will be great.
Okay.
Don't worry. You know what? We could let's see if we can get tickets. We'll go sit in the press box. I think there's going to be an entire division sitting in the press box, by the way.
Yeah, we're
getting close. We're getting close to that because I just saw Damian Priest's name come here, Greg, and Nick Aldis is talking to him about, it's WrestleMania and I want to get on the show, Nick, is what Drew's asking. He says, "Oh, you didn't know?
Your ass better call somebody." Oh no, wait, you don't work here anymore.
Oh, let's put a pin in that for 2 seconds. Let's get through the segment and then we'll talk about that too. And maybe that's why some of the writing on this show was so much better.
Or worse. I mean, again, almost fell asleep during that Randy Orton promo.
Anyways, apparently Nick, Drew McIntyre, he might need to be in a tag team if he wants to get on the WrestleMania card. Damian Priest is in a tag team with R-Truth. Literally, probably the two oldest guys on this roster next to Randy Orton are going to team up and get into the tag team. As soon as I saw this, I was like, "Oh, F." The tag teams are all getting on this show, but there's nothing going on.
So what do we call this team? Our priest? I hope this all stays in. It won't, but our priest is pretty funny. Then Brad's deacon boss calls him up. That's. I know he won't keep that in, but that's a damn funny joke. Okay, at least Brad has muted himself now. So I will keep going. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get a little bit later tonight. R-Truth, Damian Priest in a tag match. So that should be interesting. Nick Aldis actually confirms that for them, and they're gonna get added to the tag gauntlet match that we're not gonna really call a gauntlet match until they start the damn thing.
That was my boss. He needs his slide deck, and I was like, sure. All right.
I laughed. I was like, then after I made that our priest joke, then your deacon
calls me
boss calls. I was like, that's pretty damn funny. I was like, that's not going to stay in the show, but
it might stay in the show if I don't remember. Listen. You start talking. I'm going to put that back. I might just leave it in the show. That was hilarious.
Yeah. So I just finished up the priest and Aldis and Truth segment.
I just can't. When I saw this, my heart sunk because I was like, well.
Oh. Mine didn't. I was like, oh, this is either going to go really poorly or going to go amazing. And I'm along for the ride. And we'll see in a minute.
Recap number 3. Hey, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Bloody Ripley. Yep.
She's on our show now.
Yeah, she got traded. Nice.
Traded for nothing, apparently. And we offered stuff, but as far as I know, our friends over at the Draw Straws Raw, Randy C and Eric B, have refused to take the things we have offered.
That's like, we have our gospel choir trying to send them over, but no, they're not going to accept them.
Selfish.
Absolutely. What kind of friends are they? Like, we offer things and get, we gladly accepted Rhea.
We would, you know what? And we'll take
arms wide open.
We'll take like the creeds. We'll take the creeds. They would, if we actually let them wrestle, like at the very least, they would get to be on the show every week. On our show, they could hang out in the back and have R-Truth explain to them how to watch ESPN.
Could do that.
Yeah, but instead we got Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. And you know what? I am down with this. First of all, do you like their theme? Or did you skip it?
I didn't really like the theme. I don't like the name more.
Well, so Nia is the irresistible force. And so you make 2 of them and you're the irresistible forces.
Yeah, no. I don't like it.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're going to wrestle Charlotte and Alexa. And I'm going to guess that you're going to throw the Bellas and probably Judgment Day, some combination of women from Judgment Day, and maybe this is where you'll end up getting Bailey and Lyra. Like, I think you're going to get a bunch of these women tossed in here.
Possibly. Poor Bailey. She got pulled from last year's WrestleMania by design and now really has, like, do we need to send out a milk carton for Bailey?
We'll take her. You know what? Send her over here. We need, you know what? They need women for the mid card. Julia needs somebody to wrestle.
We'll find a place to put her.
And in return, you can have all of the Wyatts.
Yeah.
All of them.
The MFTs. You can have them all then too.
Yep. Greg, I think we're solving problems. I think we should celebrate right now.
All right.
Please send them to Raw, send them away. Greg doesn't want to watch today. He's seen enough, he said his vow. Please send them all to Raw right now.
And speaking of generous,
there's snacks in the green room, guys.
Okay, yeah, the fruit shoes are over there, and don't forget the Kool-Aid. We got the grape version today.
Nice
jammers, baby. I got the jammers going.
So you know what? I think one of these. I kind of want. And this is. I'll go off on a little tangent here. Been playing Animal Crossing, as I told you a couple weeks ago, and one of the things in my shop the other day was I think they called it like a water cooler, but it's in the style of that 1980s McDonald's orange Tang one. And I'm like, man, I wish you could get that McDonald's orange tang now. That would be so good.
So do you know that I used to own one of those, the McDonald's containers?
Did you really?
Yep. So I rented one at a
Okay.
McDonald's. And then I asked them, I said, man, I'd really like to own one just like this. And then they told me that that it was $20 to rent it. And it came with the gear to make the drink.
Right.
And it's a $20 deposit. And I was like, it's a $20 deposit. And Buddy looked at me like, it's a $20 deposit. And if for some reason this doesn't come back, you don't get your $20 cash back. By the way, we don't take your Visa, and no one will call you if you don't return it.
I.e., wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So I was like, well, I can take a hint. So I'm sure it got thrown away at I left it at a church I worked at. It's a regret. I should have brought it with me.
That's funny.
I used to play a game where I'd make oatmeal and throw Jello in it, and then I'd throw Army Men in, and the kids would try and find. It was the greatest idea ever. Anyways, it was. All right. Okay, we're way off. So this all leads to Alexa and Charlotte coming out, and they want a match. Kiana James and Julia want a match because Julia doesn't have anything titles or celebration, right? She doesn't have anything important.
She got nothing to do.
Yeah, guys, this was a match. We got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Kiana James and Julia, and I'm not saying it was bad. In fact, I think this match was actually pretty good. It was they have a great formula, which is Alexa starts, she gets some offense, the heels cheat, they beat down Alexa, Charlotte gets the hot tag, and then she throws chops and cross bodies. Greg, I am going to text you a picture that I captured last night. Because I was sitting there and I started laughing so loud, I was afraid my wife was going to wake up. I'm not even kidding. Oh no, did this not save? Oh no, it did save. Okay, good. I will text Greg this picture immediately just so that he can see it, because I took this picture, and while I'm talking to people, when I say this is one of the most unflattering pictures of Charlotte Flair, the cameraman failed. I might hear a bing on Greg's end in a second.
No, I've got that all turned off. Let's see.
I hit rewind and watch this. Anyways, Charlotte eventually avoids a Northern Lights bomb. There's a spinning DVT by Alexis and a natural selection for the win. Greg, what was worse? Actually, I think this was a good match. But that angle I sent you, did you get it?
I see the picture.
Zoom in a little bit and know that this was on national television.
Am I able to zoom in and not have an issue with my wife, Brad?
Exactly. That was the thing. I was like, dear God, Greg, what the heck was that?
Sure. That's that.
Yeah, exactly. The cameraman caught Charlotte from a low angle.
Yes.
And because he was kind of up on the apron and she climbed the ropes, they didn't cut away.
No.
And this picture, there's going to be slow motion recaps of this found all over the internet, or in our group chat and Eric will be very happy.
He definitely will be. Have you shared that with him?
Not yet. Do you want me to do the honors?
You can, yes.
I will send it right now and say highlight of SmackDown.
You should crop in on it.
I will crop it first. You're correct.
Yeah, I think you should. All right. While you are doing that, let us continue on.
Next up, Greg, what is our next match? Is it?
Yeah. Then we get Jelly Roll, who congratulated Randy Orton on his Elimination Chamber win, and he is going to show up next week and talked about Cody. Then in the back, we get Cody Rhodes being interviewed. He's getting a mixed reaction, And then Sami Zayn interrupts things as Cody seems to get annoyed with Sami. Sami says that he let Rhodes beating him go to or with Rhodes beating him, he got to qualify for Elimination Chamber. Talks about how Rhodes lost at Elimination Chamber, but he still gets a chance. That's basically not fair. Cody says he saw it differently and thought Sami was trying to politic his way to a WWE title match. Yeah, so at the end, Sami wishes Rhodes luck for his match. Go become WWE champion. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I think was this where you came up with the idea of the title, or is it the next segment with Sami? Because we're seeing the descent into madness.
I started it on this one. So tonight's episode, I've decided to call the re-education of Sami Zayn. Because we see Sami starting to spiral, we see Cody starting to spiral. But the next segment with Sami and Randy Orton really was the inspiration.
Yeah, we can really see Sami starting to realize, I can't be this squeaky clean baby face if I want to be. It's almost like he needs a little Kevin Owens in him. You know what I mean?
He does.
So people are talking about how Trick Williams is getting over, and he was on a nationally syndicated radio show called The Breakfast Club.
Sure.
And then we've got this new tag team that comes out to start this gauntlet. These guys are, I know they've been on the indies for a long time, Greg. And yeah, I'm first time here in WWE, right? Am I mistaken?
These young guys, Sabin and Shelly?
Yeah, well, they're not young. They've been on the indies for years, but I'm so happy that they finally made it to WWE.
Yeah.
Greg, this is like their first match in 6 months. Former WWE Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, have come off the milk carton and returned to SmackDown, at least in front of the audience, because, Johnny Gargano needs somebody to talk to him every week.
Well, let's say the last time these guys had a actual TV match, November 2020, November 21, 2025, in the Survivor Series style match. I do not count AAA.
Okay, fair enough. And then this other team got called up from NXT. They're Axiom and Nathan Frazier. I think they go by Fraxiom.
Yeah, I heard about those guys.
Yeah, I've seen them in singles matches here on SmackDown, but I think it's the first time they've been in a tag match since they've been here on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The 2026 debuts of the Motor City Machine Guns and Fraxiom. And with these two teams coming up first, I immediately went, oh, crap. Neither of these teams are winning. B, none of the actual tag teams are winning.
Well, here's the thing. I was wondering, is this how we get Street Profits to come back in this? So I wasn't sure if we were going to see these guys tonight or what we were going to see in this, but as they start the match, they tell us, hey, listen, it's a tag team match, but we're calling this a tag team turmoil, but in reality, it's a tag team gauntlet match.
Right. And
call it a gauntlet match.
The turmoil would have made more sense. You would have had people in each corner, but that would have meant there were 5 corners. And in fact, that's what they should have done. They should have had the other 4 teams be out there, all get eliminated except for one, and think the match is over, and then have Teddy Long show up and say, holla, holla, playa. I'm putting these 2 singles stars together as a tag team, and they're going to whoop your ass.
Do you know what? I would have actually been okay if they had done, they had put 6 teams in the ring. 2 in the ring, 1 in each corner.
Yep.
No, sorry, 4, right? One corner would have 1 guy in it, the other corners would have 2 guys in it.
Yep.
And then as a team gets eliminated, you bring in another team to replace them in a corner.
Yep. But we didn't. What we did was we had singles matches. And I mean, the Motor City Machine Guns and Fraxiom, the stuff that Fraxiom can do is insane. That snap suplex, like some of the moves, they're just, at one point they were called human blurs on commentary. And that's exactly what they are, dude.
Yeah.
We got those tag team moves. I like how the Skull and Bones did not work. And then there was like a drop kick leg sweep, and then Sabin has his foot on the ropes, but the ref doesn't see it. Shelly put Sabin's foot on the ropes. That doesn't break up the pinfall, so they're eliminated.
Yeah, and we're going to get dissension in Fraxiom.
Well, dissension in Motor City Machine Guns.
Dissension in the Machine Guns. Yes, my apologies.
Or they're going to turn heel and join, and they can hang out with Journey and Gargano. The three of them can lie on crates.
That's possible too.
Match number 2 leads us to Los Garzas, another team that is making its 2026 debut, versus and Fraxiom. So Fraxiom just gets killed. There's a wheelbarrow double slam. There is the pump knee where he just tosses him up in the air and they just nails him with a knee. Couple of moves from Fraxiom, but out of nowhere, they avoid Fraxiom's finisher and they do their press into a slam. It's called the NTY. Glad we got to see their finisher once on television because we're probably not going to see it again for a while.
Yeah, that's
and
100%.
The Garzas win something.
Yeah, that's unusual.
So the Garzas and Fraxiom have won matches in 2026.
Crazy.
Now the good news for them is that they're not going to win this whole thing because
the good news for them is that they're going to now get the next 6 weeks off.
Well, they got a winning streak before they went on vacation because out come the Wyatts. Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy are the ones wrestling. Birdo is isolated. He just gets the crap kicked out of him. And then I love this. Angel low bridges Loomis, and he just tumbles to the outside. It looks like a very safe bump, but it's a very effective cheat move by these guys. Yeah. And then the MFTs come out, and Greg is like, thank God.
Yeah, Greg was really saying thank God.
And then the MFTs toss them the match, and one of the Wyatts gets rolled up. I think it wasn't Gacy, it was Loomis. And so then they fight the two MFTs up the aisle, and the whole time Greg is singing in his head.
Oh Lord above, hear Greg's cry, send them to Raw, don't ask him why. He's seen enough, he's had his fill. Please take them now.
Up the ramp, and if there's any justice to start Monday Night Raw on Monday, they'll fight out from the back of Monday Night Raw like Peter Griffin in the chicken fight and 100%. Roll right into the ring. And then the graphic will come up, drafted to Raw.
You know, if you are of the praying variety, that is the prayer to be making this weekend as you attend your place of worship.
Then I cannot believe this. The last team to come out is Damian Priest and R-Truth.
That's right, our Priest. Come on, Brad. Listen. We are trendsetters here at SmackDaddies.
Yeah,
right.
Johnny
came
Depressing.
up with Johnny Depressing. That was all you. So like our Priest.
It's all you.
We're gonna call that our Priest until WWE starts calling them that.
Oh no, we'll call them that after that, and then we're gonna sue them for friggin' royalties. Screw you, WWE.
They'll just send us to arbitration anyway. Don't worry about it.
Oh, and we'll be served a gag order. Hey, Greg, that's actually a good idea. It's a good way to get 4 or 5 weeks off of the podcast.
Don't get me talking.
Anyways, doesn't really matter. Eventually, Truth starts doing his John Cena tribute moves, and this match ends with a stereo South of Heaven double or AA for the win. And Greg, let's keep in mind the Garza's got 2 wins. They beat the Wyatts. That's the most wins I think the Garzas have ever had in a row. Because these are like the only tag team who has not won the tag titles, them and Fraxiom. But at least Fraxiom can say they won the NXT tag titles. Like Garzas have won nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they were AAA champions.
Does that count though?
It's not a WWE title. So that's the news of the night, Greg. You can put any two singles in the back can beat every tag team in the tag division on SmackDown.
Holla holla, player.
I howled. I was like, and this is where I turned it off because I just was like, I cannot believe it. Fraxiom was one of the best tag teams, maybe one of the best tag teams they have. Like I would say the Motor City Machine Guns, Fraxiom, and Los Garzas, if you're making a top 10 tag teams in wrestling today, those guys could make the list, at least top 15, and none of them are in this. In fact, instead, we're getting the MFTs.
I am 100% okay with these guys moving on.
Right, as long as they win the titles, and then they can feud with the actual tag division.
Yeah.
And spin the MFTs, and maybe we should stop wishing the worst. Maybe we should start, instead of sending them the Raw, maybe I'll get the choir work on, send them to TNA.
Or AAA.
Wow, can you imagine? They roll into AAA tonight. The AAA starts on YouTube, and out comes the MFTs. It's like, guys, guess what? I hear that they need to sign some more guys to full-time contracts down there. So you know what? That's a great start. There's like an entire roster down there. You get 4 or 5 guys you get 5 male wrestlers with the MFTs. You get 4 male wrestlers with the Wyatts. Plus you get 1 female wrestler. And I'm sure there's a Samoan cousin. Like let's add another woman and send them all 11 of them. The Rock's daughter is unemployed. She needs something to do.
All right, let's move on.
Greg's had enough. So I got one more joke for you before we leave, Greg. You ready? I hope R-Truth is kind enough to explain to the entire SmackDown tag division how to watch WrestleMania on ESPN Plus, because that's the only way they're going to watch it.
Listen, I could 100% see that.
Sami approaches Randy Orton in the back, and this is the other one, Greg. They also have a chat, and Sami is confused. He needs some guidance from Randy Orton. How do you do it, Randy? How do you talk so highly of Cody, and then when you have the opportunity to stab him in the back, you just RKO him out of nowhere? And Randy leans in and says, sometimes you just got to be selfish. And maybe that's how I've become a 14-time champion. And then he looks at Sandy and says, maybe it's time to start listening to the voices in your head. And then Randy leaves, the camera pans back, and friggin' Aleister Black is there. And at this point, is Sami going to go through his goth phase, Greg?
Don't give them ideas.
Do you not want Sami Zayn to do the coffin entrance?
I do not. No, not at all.
His music will start with the big, like his whoa music, and then it'll go the coffin creak sound, and then he'll do his they'll remix his theme song as a goth song, and he'll just come out, and he'll have a hood and like a teardrop tattoo on his.
Moving on, Brad.
Get some guy liner. I'm breaking. Greg, you have to laugh at this or else this is gonna kill you. Like, this is the only way to enjoy the show is that laugh at it, not with, and laugh at it. You certainly are laughing with it most of the time.
No.
Okay, so in all seriousness, do you know what the whole story with Rhea and Jade is? The alleged Twitter beef?
I saw something about it, but I didn't actually read anything on it. But I did see that they got into something, and I think it went off script, and
Piper Niven and Chelsea Green got in on it, and they're basically everybody's on Team Rhea and nobody likes Jade.
I mean,
and I'm sure somebody's going to say they're all racist.
I'm sure.
I just think, in fairness, if you're Chelsea, if you're Piper, and if you're Rhea, you're the people who came through the Indies, and Jade really didn't go through the Indies. Jade went direct. I mean, and in fairness, she looks like $1 million, and she's pretty okay in the ring.
Yep.
And Jade shakes her hand and says, you know what? I respect you. I respect all the work you put in the gym. You got big arms, but mine are bigger. You got big shoulders, but mine are bigger. You got big legs, but mine are bigger. And I'm bigger and stronger, and I'm going to win. And Rhea basically says, you know what? You're right. You are bigger. However, my body's not built for show. My body's built to go. And I hit harder. And do you actually think when you hit me, I'm going to stay down?
I really didn't know where she was going with that to start.
She's going to strive and she's going to survive. And Rhea says, I'm that bitch.
Sure.
Greg is like, and not excited at all. You're not excited at all. I think this is a big old Haas match.
Yeah, I'm not that excited.
More excited for this or more excited for CM Punk versus Roman Reigns?
I'm not sure I'm excited for any of it.
Well, listen, I got something for you to be excited for. You need to get as excited as Johnny Gargano is, where Saban is like chatting with him on the box.
Yeah. He was Johnny Depressing.
Lying on the box. And then the machine guns are having their argument. They leave. And Candace says, we got to do something. You're Johnny Wrestling. And then Johnny sits up and he says, you're right. I am Johnny Wrestling. And Johnny says, let's go to the ring. And this is a bad idea.
Well, legitimately at this point, I was starting to wonder, I'm like, is he going to go out and like break up with Candace?
No.
Here or what? Like, what were we going to get out of this? I really didn't know where this was going to go to start.
Listen, I can't believe Bo is in the back in the rocking chair and he's talking about how Solo puts his family in compromising positions. And I thought this was going to be a smut. But no, Greg, this will continue.
I 100% fast forward through that bullshit.
So you know that this is going to lead to the MFTs costing, or the Wyatts costing the MFTs the tag titles.
Probably.
Which means that we can get a crazy SmackDown ladder match with R-Truth in it.
Well, listen, anytime we see R-Truth in something like that, I'd be okay.
So here's my pitch to you, WWE creative team. Now that you need a new head, I could apply. First of all, Greg and I are willing to go work. We want to work remotely. We'll be flown. We'd like to be flown in. I don't even know if I would really want to go to SmackDown every week. Sure, whatever it takes. Anyways, Greg and I have a pitch for you. We are going to have a WrestleMania match with all of these crazy SmackDown tag teams. They can do all the bullshit. And then R-Truth, after everyone has crashed through tables and died, Damian Priest clears out whatever little jobbers are left. And R-Truth climbs the ladder, pulls down the titles, retains their tag titles, and we get R-Truth on top of a ladder celebrating at WrestleMania.
I would not have a problem with any of that.
See, I got you excited for something for WrestleMania.
That's not going to happen.
Really? They need a new head of creative on SmackDown, Greg. This is some good shit I'm pitching.
It is, but you know it's not going to happen.
No, I'm going to hold out hope, Greg. You can be the negative Nancy. I will be Captain Hope.
All right.
And because I'm not refused to fight and be like Johnny Depressing. And Johnny Depressing is there. He's out there and he talks about how he's ready to kick out. It's time for people to remember who he is. It's time for him to remember who he is. And I'm having an open challenge. And as soon as he said,
I was like, wait, are you the US champion?
Oh, I said, I knew exactly what was happening there. I was like, oh crap, here comes Oba Femi.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're going to get Oba Femi. I'm like, do you know what? I hoped that just maybe we were going to get like Danhausen come out.
And just curse him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to say anything. Oh no, we got a better segment with Danhausen later. Anyways, Greg, I love this because Johnny's comedic overselling reminded me of Shawn Michaels, his hero. He gets smashed in the corner like 4 times. They call it the pop toss, where he tosses them and then fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. And then the best part is Johnny ends up back in the exact same position he started the night in the ring, and Oba's posing over. I'm like, this is gold. And no notes.
You've got to hope that that's how we continue. Like when we pick up next week, that's how we see him.
He should still be lying in the ring. The ring crew just packed him up and put him back in the ring.
Not necessarily in the ring, but back in that Johnny Depressing, style, on the box, on a crate.
If they really want to make this work, this should end with the fans getting behind Johnny. Have him get squashed 3 or 4 times, and then end with him winning the US title.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have to keep it long, but you give him 4 matches on SmackDown where he just goes, he'll be fine after that. Because this mid card, if any of these mid carders could ever move to the next level, this would be great. But the only thing is, I hope Danhausen avoids him, because in the back, Danhausen's there, and Danhausen has some demands, some demandhausens.
He does have some demandhausens.
He got his first demandhausen.
He did.
He got his pointy picture with Triple H.
Yeah.
And he wants a mentor. And
he does. And he still is looking for that 2026 WWE Hall of Fame induction.
I think there's no reason not to put him in right now.
Listen, we have had a lot worse go into that Hall of Fame.
We've had a lot less deserving going to that Hall of Fame. Worse, less deserving. Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame.
That's the first one I thought of too.
Coco Beware's in the Hall of Fame. No offense, Coco.
I was gonna say, aren't the Bella Twins in the Hall of Fame too?
Well,
one of
I think both of them are in, but really, I mean, are the Bella Twins in the Hall of Fame, or is something else? Are 2 other twins in the Hall of Fame?
That'd be two sets of twins.
Right. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah. Anyways,
I mean, listen. If you can get a job as leader of Megastan be in the Hall of Fame, then sure, why not?
The people that are in this Hall of Fame it's incredible. And then you look at the people that aren't in this Hall of Fame. Thank God, by the way, Demolition. I am so happy for those guys. Do you know that, like, one of them is 78 years old?
That's crazy.
Like, I'm glad they're doing this and it's not posthumous.
So, yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of those times that's what happens, right? It's like, you waited too long and now you can't do it. WWE Diva Sunny is in the Hall of Fame, Brad.
You mean DUI Sunny?
Yeah.
You mean murder, death, kill Sunny?
Well, let's see.
Victoria. Yes, she did kill somebody in a car accident. That's why she's in jail currently.
But
Victoria's not in there. Don't forget, China's in the Hall of Fame too.
Jacqueline is in. I'm just trying to see.
It's really only Victoria from that era of divas.
Is it?
Yeah, because she has naughty pictures on the internet. Which, Mandy Rose, I'm sorry, that means your Hall of Fame induction is probably going to take a while. I'm sure she's really heartbroken too.
I'm sure. I'm sure she is.
As she lies on her stack of money. So Danhausen is the best, by the way, Greg. I just love Danhausen. I was worried on last Saturday. I even made a short and then put it out. I put it out on Wednesday. By that point, we'd already had Raw. And like, you just let Danhausen do this in the backstage, he will get over. And I love the fact that Miz is talking about how he wants to mentor new people. And then Nick gives him Danhausen. And he's like, not
Nick
this one.
Is the problem solver, right?
You see, it was a perfect thing. And he goes, I don't want this goth troll. And then Danhausen says, my demandhausen is to be a WWE champion of some kind. And I was like, man, time to bring back the 24/7 title.
Yes. I mean, there you have that upside down WWE, the Miz title.
Oh, yeah, that'd be even better. And he's going to be his manhausen, his mentor, his manhausen. That's even better. And then Danhausen said, well, do you remember what happened to Dom on Monday? If you don't help me, you are... Wait, what am I doing? So, Greg... I can't wait to see the recurring bits of Miz and Danhausen.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I think our crazy ladder match has just got another team for it from WrestleMania.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Danhausen, maybe Oh, can you imagine? Instead of R-Truth winning it, it's Danhausen. Danhausen wins the title because he curses the ladder and the ladder falls apart.
Oh, that would be funny.
And then Miz climbs up and Miz gets a WWE tag team. I mean, Miz has basically been tag teaming with every wrestler on the roster. He might as well get another title with Danhausen.
Yeah.
And they never wrestle. Danhausen doesn't have to get in and off the apron. Miz can bump all the time. Danhausen does his curse. Something happens to the wrestler. He pins them, rolls them up quickly, and that's it. Done.
That could work too.
We can have months of this because at least the tag wrestlers would get on the show.
You'd have thousands of content.
So, Greg, are you a Fanhausen or a Stanhausen?
Listen, I should have worn my Danhausen shirt this morning.
Yeah, this was great. I am so happy for Danhausen, legitimately a good guy who's got his break. And Greg, time for the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. The winner goes to WrestleMania. The loser is going to be lucky if they get on the card.
Or what I call how WWE really missed the boat.
How WWE, this is the, remember as a child, Greg, we're watching Bret Hart wrestle Yokozuna at WrestleMania. And he gets salt thrown in his eyes and he limps up the ramp, and Hulk Hogan comes down and scoop slams Yoko and drops a leg. And somehow Hulk Hogan leaves with the WWE title.
Right.
This is this generation. There's gonna be kids who remember this moment.
That's yeah. About right.
So
that's
story of this match. Cody's gets caught early on a throw and his shoulder is compromised. There's a Cody cutter early on. They eventually fight to the outside, and this makes me crack up when they're fighting on top of the table, and then the table just gives way, and they have to improvise and go get another table so Cody can get powerbombed through it. That was funny. And the other sequence in this match, Greg, that cracked me up was the almost hitting the referee spot. First of all, with the legs, then almost in the corner.
I hated that spot.
You didn't like the fact that Drew just pulled him in front? That was a DQ.
Because you knew it was going to happen. They did two spots back to back of Charles Robinson almost getting hit, and then of course you knew that the third spot was coming where he was actually going to get hit
with a disaster kick. And then while the referee's down, we have Cody actually beat Drew.
Because there's no more referees in the back. They're all gone home for the night.
And then the only other referee, Dan Angler, who has a personal vendetta against Drew McIntyre, comes out. And then that doesn't work. Then Drew, I think, beats Cody. We only get a 2 count. Drew loses his crap, headbutts Dan Angler, and goes to get a chair to finish the job. And Jacob Fatu just pulls a chair out, causing a distraction. This allows Cody to take advantage. And Cody Cutter for the 1, 2, 3. And instead of adding people, like I asked in our short last night, Greg, to the WrestleMania main event, we're going to screw Drew McIntyre, who's been carrying this show, out of his title so we can get Cody versus Randy 1-on-1?
Maybe.
Greg, please tell me, you know what, this match would have been better? If at the end of it, he hits that Cody cutter, he gets back up, puts his hand to his ear, leans over the ropes, and then drops a leg drop, and then pins him.
So here's how I would have done this. I would have done this a little bit different.
Please tell me that you would have not had the same outcome.
I would have been okay with the outcome. The outcome is fine. It's going to be what it's going to be. I don't care that Cody won or Drew lost. Like, that doesn't matter to me. But what has to happen here, in my mind, is the referee gets knocked out. That the reason that there's a delay for a referee coming out is that Nick Aldis is so upset with all this, bullshit that's been going on with Cody Rhodes. It's Nick Aldis coming out in a ref shirt to finish the match. Nick Aldis is there, counts the 1, 2, 3. Cody's the winner. Nick now is the reason that Drew lost his title, and Nick counted the 1, 2, 3. So now Drew has someone to spin off to.
Right, but he's going to spin off with Jacob Fatu because allegedly he took out Jacob Fatu, which is going to turn out to be Cody, by the way, in the long run.
Yeah.
That's what's killing me, honestly. This whole thing is I think you could have added 2 or 3 guys to this match and made it better than making it a one-on-one match. Because Randy Orton versus Cody is not going to be a good match. It's going to be too slow.
Yeah.
If you told me that Drew and Jacob got into this match, I'd rather the 4-way. If I'm picking, I'd put the 4 of them together. At least you'd get a better match. And it would make it different because every other main title match, both the 2 women's matches and the other men's match, are one-on-one matches. This match could be a 4-way and it would be fine.
Listen, that might happen still yet.
I hope it does because we need to grow the main event roster. And because right now, what you're telling me is that on the men's side, if you're not Roman, Punk, Cody, or Randy, you're not main event quality.
Yeah.
That all of these other guys bubbling up, Trick, Mello, Drew, Alistair, Jacob, even Solo. Like I don't like the MFTs, but I like Solo. I think he's funny. I think he's talented. But all those guys, don't bother. Stay in the mid card. You guys are mid card fodder. Don't try and go any higher than that.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, and I guess here's the problem. We started with the worst segment on the night and we ended with the second worst, or vice versa.
Apparently the YouTube video of Cody Rhodes winning has 50,000 dislikes on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sure this is going to put butts in the seats. Like if they thought this was the solution.
Dude, if someone came to me right now and said, here's an all expenses trip to Las Vegas for WrestleMania, I'd say, yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, I'm not taking any. If it's free, it's for me.
Nope.
So, Greg, I think we've hummed and hawed. I think it's time to get the scissors out. It's time for a synopsis.
This is your SmackDown synopsis.
Today, the synopsis. Well, I think I have a special one for you, Greg, today for the synopsis.
Okay.
Support the show! Don't be late! Roast beef, bananas, and beers on the way!
Patreon.com/the
Help the boys keep breaking law!
Give Greg a week off, because whenever Greg takes a week off, if you're a Patreon at the highest level, you can be a Smack Daddy for a week.
You can. Poor Brad had to do the show by himself last week.
I will even find you an illegitimate child to claim.
Listen, at some point it might be Greg
One of
Jr.
ours.
No, Greg Jr. and Greg Jr. Oh, speaking of that, we didn't actually cover what my son had said because we were talking about it was the Rhea.
Oh yeah, what did he say about? Oh God, he doesn't predict Jade winning this, did he?
No, he's like, Rhea's gonna beat her ass so bad it's not funny. Is what the exact words.
Good. And like Jade,
he doesn't know either of them. He doesn't watch wrestling, but he knows Rhea Ripley.
Well, and Rhea is the star in this division. And
100%.
And I hope that this leads to, I mean, the funny part about this is next year they're all going to be covered up for WrestleMania unless the war continues, in which case WrestleMania, hey, guess what? New Orleans, you might get your WrestleMania yet.
All right, let's go through this with some speed.
Hey, super fast, Greg. Obviously with Randy.
Grab a pillow, guys. That's cut.
Oh boy, Greg. What about the match with Dr. Wagner Jr. and Mello?
Yeah, I'm going to cut this. I didn't need it tonight.
Yeah, I would just say it was a little too clunky if you're going to do that. Damian Priest and our priest.
Our priest, we're going to keep our priest.
Should have gone with the happier
I think
one.
I'd go to hell for cutting our priest.
Yeah.
I think he agrees. Nia Jackson, Lash legend.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cody and Sami beginning his re-education.
No, we got the match first, don't we?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. That answers that question.
I was gonna say I would have speed run that. I mean, that could
fair
have
enough.
been. Yeah. All right,
Greg.
Yeah, Cody in the back with Sami. Yeah, we're gonna keep this.
How to put your favorite wrestler in there, Greg?
Very good.
Acknowledge me.
The tag team turmoil.
I had great expectations for this, but we're gonna speed this up. This needs the scissors a little bit.
It needs a little bit of the. Everybody gets superstars and goes fast. So after all this, you get Randy Orton in the re-education of Sami Zayn part 2.
Yeah, we'll keep this. But we could cut it at the Aleister Black part.
Jade and Rhea in the ring.
I guess I'll keep this because we got to keep Rhea.
Oh, because mommy's on top.
No, Charlotte's on top. We went over that already.
Oh, sorry, I missed that part. Oh boy. Okay. Wyatt 6. I don't even need to worry about this one, Greg. That's
no, first we get Johnny Depressing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Johnny Depressing and Johnny Bad Idea.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this because this whole thing is fun.
Oh, I love Johnny. You know why?
But I can tell you what wasn't fun. James
I literally wrote goodbye, Meechin, on my notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even bother sound effect, Greg.
No.
Danhausen's in the back.
Oh yeah, I think what sound effect we're gonna have to play here. That was not the right sound effect. Would you like to try again? Maybe 3 words? There we go. That's better.
Yeah, Danhausen, we're not gonna womp you. Although I hit it at the wrong point because we're now at the main event. I know this has SmackDown ended, Greg.
Yeah, like a fart in church, Brad.
So the only question is, how will they get all of these wrestlers on the card? Because despite the fact they have had a ton of injuries on Raw, on SmackDown, like we got guys like Drew who now need a match. We got Trick Williams. We got Carmelo Hayes. We got Aleister Black. And these guys all need something.
Yeah, they need something.
The Miz, most importantly, Danhausen.
Yeah.
Mizhausen.
Yeah. Mizhausen maybe coming to the Friday Night SmackDown before Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Listen.
I don't know.
Oh no, I just had a vision of all the tag teams of the SmackDown division fighting it out for that Battle Royal and having like someone like Damian Priest in there just hucking people out.
Do you know what'd be funny? Mizhausen versus our Priest.
Oh, there we go. That's how we end this. That's our hope. They'll have a memorial Andre Giant Battle Royal, and the winning tag team will get to have a match on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Greg, this is gonna be a long road ahead of us.
It is indeed. It is.
And Greg's like, don't worry, we're gonna hit a few speed bumps along the way. Hopefully, we eject some passengers, and most importantly,
ourselves.
No, the MFTs, the MFTs.
Oh, I thought
and
we were
the
talking about
Wyatts.
ejecting ourselves from having to cover this.
Yeah, and apparently that they want us to do the draw at some point in the near future so that we can talk about the state of SmackDown.
I actually told Randy, but the last time he asked, I'm like, you would like CRTC would have to be on speed dial because you would get fined so quickly for what I would have to say about SmackDown on terrestrial radio.
Friends, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to our grumpy morning selves. We're going to go drink some more coffee and and T. And we'll be back next week. Maybe? To be continued.
Next week, we'll be covering this really quick.
Well, you know what? That's because everything keeps turning. Goodbye, friends.
The revolutionary podcast in sports entertainment. Father Greg and Brad, the dad bless you all with the lovely tales. A Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind.